Apologize there for that technical difficulty. My crack producer, Brad Harris, unable to turn the microphones on, but we got it straightened out. And so far what we missed was a Connor Holm opposite field single to get post 2, their first hit of the game, taking on Manitoba in what appears to be a rubber match here, Jason, between two teams familiar with each other from just 2 days ago. It seems like a month ago.
Yeah, it couple pretty well played games. The first night of the tournament, we basically had a doubleheader with this team. I would say Manitoba, besides ourselves, is the best team in the tournament. Hit the ball up and down the lineup, and obviously, oh my, that was a laser beam through the crowd. Wow. Get off your phones. What? Yeah, well, Dale Cardwell should watch out too.
0-2 to Tommy. That foul ball brought to you by Apple. Apple for the iPhone. And line drive caught by Manitoba. But Connor Holm, good base running there to watch that line drive and get back in time. Brings up Landemeyer with Connor Holm at first base. Landon looking for his first hit of the day. Hit the ball hard in game 1. But Jason, sometimes you can hit the ball hard all day and have nothing to show for it.
I pitched against Mankato once, and they had 13 hits off me, and a ball never left the infield.
Landemeyer with Connor Holm at first base. That pitch taken in there, Ford called first strike. Landon squared to bunt there, maybe looking to bunt for a base hit. Tough to see exactly what's happening. They haven't let us in on the signs yet, Jason.
Yeah, I'm fairly disappointed in that.
It's more frustrating than anything. And that pitch taken low and outside for ball 1. Nolan Chasko on the mound. That name rings a bell because we had these guys a couple days ago. He's the number 2 hitter in the lineup here also. So Chasko. And that ball's hit into right field for a base hit. Connor Holm rounding hard, but he's going to hold up at second base.
That is a smart hold. I think he would have been hosed over there.
Up next for post 2, DH, number 7, Adam, the landlord, Leininger.
If you haven't paid your rent by now, you're a day late. And Adam Leininger here is to collect. And maybe a late payment.
What are we thinking? 15% there?
Yeah, 15%
Yeah.
sounds about right.
That's what I would guess too.
You know,
I've paid a lot of late fees in my life, and 15 is the percentages that I stick with.
This credit application brought to you by Carpet World.
Yeah.
Carpet World, where the landlord gets all of his carpet. And Carpet World would be a good spot to have Adam park this one and put post 2 up on front. Meyer at first with a big lead, not being held on. Connor Holm at second. Chasko takes his sign. The 1-1 to Adam. That pitch down and in. Good hold there by Adam. I like Adam in the 4 spot, Jason. What have you seen so far since this shift a couple days ago?
Well, I like it because when this happens, this is the exact reason I like it. Guys on base, especially speed on base, he's going to see more fastballs. He's going to see balls in the strike zone because you don't want to get to a bases load situation. Now, that is obviously not what he wanted to do, but that does not change the strategy of having him hit in that spot.
First baseman number 15.
I think the biggest thing I've seen with that change for Adam is when he was in that in that number 2 spot, if Connor wasn't on base, he saw curveballs.
And they didn't really care if they walked him.
They didn't really care if they walked him. Any event, Adam pops out to the shortstop. It's going to bring up Charlie Kalbrenner here with 2 outs and 2 on in the first inning in this championship game at the Jim Peterson tournament, the Pete. Big swing and a miss by Charlie Kalbrenner. Chasko threw him a curveball. It hung there for a second. Charlie, big cut there. That thing was headed over the Steve-O sign if he hits it. Pachasko ahead in the count, 0-1. That ball's hit. Actually, is that going to bloop in, Jason?
It is. No. Nice play.
Boy, and robbed of a RBI single was Kalbrenner. Montgomery had a bad jump on that ball. I thought it was hit well. Obviously, Montgomery did as well. But for post 2, they score 0. They do have 2 hits. No errors. Nobody left. 2 runners left on base. We'll be back for the bottom half of the first. And welcome back here for the bottom of the first inning. Again, post 2 must not know how to call heads or tails because they lost another coin toss. But we'll say Manitoba, as the visitors, were able to call that and called it correctly. Coin flip determined who the home team is in this championship game. So if I called post 2 incorrectly for the bottom or the top of the inning, it's well understood. Brady Manley on the mound. Soon to be Fargo North Jr. Comes with a fastball on the 2-0 count to Matt Thompson. For post 2, they have Brady Manley on the mound making his 3rd start of the season. Will Bachman behind home plate. Dylan Erholtz at 3rd. Tommy Simon at short. Landemeyer at 2nd. Charlie Kalbrenner at first base. Fastball taken up high for ball 3. As we go around the outfield, Connor Holm in left field. Jordan Leininger out in center, and it looks like Aaron Breitbach.
No.
Is that Tossison?
I think that's Tossinson, yep.
It's like 360 feet away. My vision goes 340. Dylan Tossison in right field. That's going to be a leadoff walk for Mr. Thompson, and Brady Manley puts the first runner on. Jason, I've asked you this before, but no one's coached Brady more than you. What's the young man need to do today to get Fargo post 2 going in this title game?
Well, not that. He needs to be in the strike zone. And I can understand, after seeing these guys play twice, the reservation about doing that. They're a very good hitting team. But Brady needs to be in the strike zone, let his stuff work. Yep.
And that's a base hit out to right field. Long run for Tossison. Thompson making his way to 3rd base, and it's going to be 1st and 3rd with nobody out here for Team Manitoba. As Chasko, the pitcher, helps himself out, helps the cause, and 1st and 3rd now. Not the start Brady Manley wanted. With Ethan.
Up next for Manitoba, 3rd baseman, number 25,
Geisbrecht. Probably not the way you pronounce it, but Ethan Geisbrecht playing third base here, wearing number 24 for Team Manitoba. Jason, you know who's not in the lineup?
Well, I'm sure there's several people.
Cody Gunderson.
Oh, for them.
Yeah.
That's
big number
odd.
17.
I think he might be playing with the Minnesota Twins today. The way he's been hitting the ball and the way the Minnesota Twins have been hitting the ball, it's probably not unrealistic to say that he has a chance.
And that's going to be a throwing error for Brady Manley. And not helping his cause by letting Thompson come in without any help of the batter. So throwing error. Second time we've seen post 2 make a throwing error trying to pick a runner off in the last 2 innings. Didn't hurt him so bad in the in the semifinals against Moorhead, but down 1-0 now to Manitoba. That pitch in there for foul ball down the right field line. Also not in the lineup is Bryson Yeshinzinson.
Again, I'm not sure that that's how that is pronounced.
It's Bryson.
Bryson?
Yeah.
Oh, the first one. Yes. I think that name in Canada might be Peterson.
What a tough break there for Manley is that's a swinging strike 3, and Bachman unable to do his job, and that's going to go down as another error for post 2. And that's 2 errors now for post 2 in the top of the first inning, or bottom of the first inning.
Now batting number 15.
2 errors.
Skyler Ramsey.
So Manley's going to have to do a little more work here as Chasko makes his way to third base on the strikeout, but the error on Bachman. That fastball in there for a strike. Manley now facing Skyler Ramsey. Skyler's the catcher today.
Very good pitch there.
And a time for Brady to probably just settle down, Jason. Manitoba, you can expect, is going to score some runs. It's all about minimizing the damage here early.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to hit. You're going to give up some shots. You just got to take your outs where you can get them.
And that's going to be an out for Manley, but probably another pitch that he might want back. 0-2 to Ramsey. Kind of floated a curveball in there. Pretty easy play for Ramsey to get that ball out to the outfield for a sac fly. But nonetheless, one down for post 2, down 2-0 here early in the bottom of the first inning.
Now batting first baseman number 20, Nixon.
What's lost in all of this is that Brady's last outing, he really struggled with the strike zone. I know that the coaching staff had a conversation with him about being more, being confident in throwing the ball over the middle of the plate and letting your defense work. So even though that's maybe not a perfect pitch, that's a strike. It was an off-speed strike, and he got an out from it. So I think for Brady, that's a building block to the next level.
That pitch called for a ball and inside, and not a great start for Bachman behind the plate yet either. That ball's popped up to Jordan Leininger. He makes the play. The runner does go.
Eat it. There you go.
And Tommy Simon holds that ball in. Runners called safe, did not leave early. But just the little details, Jason, on that first pitch of that batter. Brady Manley threw a ball that Will probably should have caught in the air.
Yeah.
Ended up being a pass ball. That pop-up, that runner normally would be at first base still. Now he's at third.
And now you got the potential, there's 2 outs, of course, so any out were good. But that right there. Oh, he didn't go, though. We saw a little bit of this last game. The attention to detail is just not there.
I think for Coach Rustad, he wants to be able to have confidence that somebody besides Adam Leininger can go behind the plate, and Will Bachman's going to have to pick it up. That ball's hit well, but but foul, and the count moves to 1-1. Another option that post 2 has at catcher is Elias Harris, but I think in talking to Coach Rusted, it's a position he does not want to use Harris in when your ace needs to go behind the plate and take the abuse there. That ball's hit high and in the air. Erholtz has plenty of room, and he makes the catch.
That's a nice play.
A great catch by Dylan Erholtz on the warning track. And for Manitoba, they score 2 just on the one hit. 2 Fargo post 2 errors. And 1 runner left on base. After 1 complete, Manitoba 2, post 2, 0. Welcome back to Jack Williams Stadium for the championship game between Team Manitoba and your own Fargo Post 2. Manitoba up 2-0 here in the championship of the tournament formerly known as the FN Invitational. We saw a pretty good game between the F and the M. I think it was a good game. Jay said, what do we call that? A 12-8 victory in the semifinals that
The last game?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would not call that a good game, but we had a couple good innings.
And that's going to be Leininger's going to reach base. That's probably an error on the third baseman.
The positive for me is that the last time we played them, we didn't have 3 guys on in the first 5 innings. Or maybe we did, and it was always with 2 outs. We're putting pressure on Manitoba this time. I see us putting up about 5 runs. The hard part for us is, can we contain them? They're a bit of a juggernaut offensively.
Good pitch there by Chasko, right on the black. New umpire behind the home plate. Jordan Leininger reached base on the error on the third baseman, takes an average lead at first base. The 0-1 from Chasko to Will Bachman. Breaking pitch. Hits the dirt low. Hey, do we have our guy back behind the plate again? This is our guy from game 1, isn't it? The catcher, the throwback guy.
Oh, the knob blocker?
The Steve Sachs.
Steve Saxer? I'm not sure.
Be interesting to see if he fixed the yips.
Oh,
That
yip.
ball hit him.
Speaking of yip, right in the elbow.
And that's going to bring up.
If he takes his helmet off, the catcher, I remember he had hair like the kid from Transylvania too, with the cartoon, the little redhead.
And after a little friendly debate there, Will Bachman still awarded first base on the hit by pitch. Or as in Canada, they say hit by pitch. Brings up Mr. Ehrholz. Have we got a clarification, Jason? Is it Ehrholz or Ehrholz?
I've always said Ehrholz.
Probably Ehrholz.
Fair enough.
Good block by Mr. Ramsey.
How about we just call him number 24?
It seems like he should have some nickname like Grandpa or like something with wisdom and age, but he's 18 years old, so it doesn't work that well. Just because he's halfway through college. The kids call him Durr. Okay, Durr, so I'm thinking that's short for Durholtz. Dylan swinging a hot bat here for post 2. Made a great play in the field, 1-2. Tough play here. This might end up being a sacrifice situation, and he's not going to get a sacrifice bunt, but it did the same. Now that I think about it, that was a sack situation for Ehrholz.
It was. Sack situation.
How do you want your toast, Jace?
I want it doubled up.
Dylan Tossison, the man they call Toast. We got our Dylan combo at the bottom of the order again. Ehrholz, Tossison. Speaking of swinging a hot bat, this guy seems to get a base hit every time I call his name. Hopefully he gets one more here with the tie and run at second base. Jordan Leininger at third, just 90 feet away. Will Bachman, after getting hit by that pitch, out at second base. The 0-1 pitch to Dylan. Curveball hits the outside corner, and a good pitch there by Chasko.
It's a tough one to hit right there.
Connor Holm on deck. Tossison. Good strike, 2-strike hitter. Not this time, though. Same pitch. And a good pitch there by Chasko.
Pretty heavy dose of curveballs from number 14.
If he's throwing that to the number 9 batter, what's Connor going to see?
Left fielder number 8, Connor.
Brings up the man in black, Connor Holm, wearing number 8, batting from the left side of the plate. That's a base hit in the gap. That's going to score 1. Bachman being waved in. We're going to have a play at the plate. The throw for Montgomery. Not in time. And how about it, Connor Holm?
Nice job. Classic Connor.
Connor went up there looking first pitch fastball, and he got one and delivers with a 2-out, 2 RBI. Or is it RBIs?
Now back to post 2.
So
We never found that out from Senora Beaver.
Tommy. Simon.
I don't know. We're going to have to get some clarification on that. Again, we need an English teacher on retainer so that we can ask these questions about grammatical questions in the booth here. So if you're listening and you're an English teacher and you're within walking distance of Jack Williams, come on down.
Connor Holm takes a big lead over at first base. Chasko to Simon. And that's going to be down for a base hit. Back-to-back singles for post 2 with 2 outs. And they've got a rally going here with Landon Meyer coming to the plate already with a base hit on the night. Can we say night yet? Yeah, we can say night.
Is it after 4?
This 3 o'clock game started at 4:50, so I think it is.
Yeah, well then, of course. Anything after 4 o'clock. Because in the middle of winter, it's already dark. And I've been asleep for 2 hours.
Nolan Chasko now with runners at first and second. That's a base hit by Meyer. Connor Holmes getting waved in. The play at the plate. Cut off, not in time, and 3 hits in a row. Back-to-back singles from the 1-2-3 hitters. Holm, Simon, Meyer, 3 runs in, and post 2 regains the advantage, 3-2. And we're going to have a visit from the premier, also known as the coach. welcome back after that visit to the mound. Nolan Chasko was cruising along until the last three hitters. Back-to-back-to-back hits brings post 2 up 3-2 with the landlord, Adam Leininger, at the plate. Runners in scoring position. That ball is taken in for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Good pitch there by Chasko after he gives up 3 hits in a row. And the dangerous Adam Leininger already with 9 home runs on the season. And a breeze heading out towards right field, just a little breeze from the north. Landon Meyer taking his lead at first base. Tommy Simon at third. Adam, the left-handed batter, digs in. Swings through, change up. And Chasko's ahead on the count to Leininger, 0-2. But another good position here for Adam. Up with runners on base. Adam 0 for 1 on the day, popped up to the shortstop in the first inning, already with another chance in the second. That's a hard ground ball. Tough play for the first baseman. Leininger beats it out, and that's going to go down as an error. But post 2 scores another run. Simon comes home, and it's 4-2 as the Manitoba first baseman shakes his head in disgust, unable to put that one away. And a tough break for Mr. Chasko, pitching well, but down 4-2.
364 days till the next hockey tryouts. Took that one right off the chest.
So Manitoba has 35 guys on their roster. How many play hockey?
35. I don't think they allow you back across the border unless you can prove that you're missing teeth. I lived up in Canada for a while growing up in the summertime, and that is a tough country, tough kids. I know we're making fun, but that's a very proud nation up there.
The ball's fouled into the bullpen by Kalbrenner.
And they should be. Invented the most beautiful sport there ever was in hockey.
Well, what I see in front of me, Jason, is Team Manitoba is a team that could compete at a regional here in the U.S. this year.
Oh, they're a very solid team. I don't know about the number of kids that they have. I don't know if they would have to limit some of that. Oh, beat 'em. Take it, you.
Charlie dove out of that batter's box like it was like a mouse that was gonna get him. Our color commentary.
I apologize to my whole family for my anger.
And he struck him out swinging. So in hindsight, would have been a good time to get hit, maybe especially in the rear end. But doesn't matter now. For post 2, though,
a
great bounce back inning. Halfway through 2, post 2, 4, Manitoba 2. And welcome back. That brings up Rylan Slatcher, the designated hitter. Boy, if you're the DH for Manitoba, Jason, how good of a hitter are you?
Either that or you're a terrible infielder or outfielder. Let's see which one.
Slatcher somehow has Cody Gunderson, the best hitter we've ever seen,
Sitting on the bench. Yeah.
Cody Gunderson's hitting like 900 for the tournament.
Is he even here?
I don't know. If so, he's going to come sign autographs for you and I after the game.
Yeah.
What a good pitch there by Manley. Brings the count to 1-2 on Slatcher.
Manley's got electric stuff. It's just the command of the strike zone.
Breaking pitch in there,
there
for
you
a
go.
called strike 3. And he struck him out. Brady Manley with his first strikeout of the game. Post 2, throwing it around. And Slatcher goes back. He's not going to make eye contact with Cody Gunderson. There's no way.
No.
Manitoba, second baseman number 27, Cody Wagash.
And this brings up gosh.
Well, gosh.
Cody, a left-handed batter, lefty on lefty matchup. Manitoba, and they're all whites. Kind of a good-looking.
I like their unis.
I like it too.
I don't like where Dylan Tomlinson is playing, though. He's like 20 feet from the line. I'd like to see him into the middle of the field more in line with the Steve-O sign. But look at me. The ball's right at him. So I'm just going to be quiet.
And for Manitoba, that's their second hit of the ball game. Again, post 2 with 2 errors in the first inning.
Now batting for Manitoba, center fielder number 4, Hugh.
Leading towards those 2 Manitoba runs. Also a walk mixed in there, but
Maybe Cody Gunderson is just tired from running around the bases all weekend. Said, I need a break.
he basically put the United States in his torture chamber, his Cody Gunderson torture chamber. What if he's a pitcher? He throws like 99.
It's possible. The way he swings it,
Just a bit high.
just a bit high. He's got to get out in front there with that.
Bottom of the order here for Manitoba. But again, this means nothing. This is Hugh Montgomery, who led off against post 2 in the doubleheader on Thursday night. That's a long drive out to right field. Tossison underneath it. Take my toast dry. And he retires Montgomery. Top of the order coming up for Team Manitoba. But they've got 2 down and a good settle down inning here for Brady Manley.
Batting for Manitoba, right fielder number 1, Matt.
Again, he's got good run on the fastball. I like his curveball. Throws it's a changeup. It's a weak changeup, but it's there. He's a 3-pitch guy. If he's just in the zone, I think he gets enough outs to keep us in the game.
And that's just a perfectly placed bloop hit there.
Nice, easy 8 wedge or 8 iron from
Pitcher number 14,
150 yards out.
Nolan.
Soft on the green.
Dropped it right in between Leininger and Tommy Simon for Manitoba's second hit of the inning, third of the game, and now they've got something brewing, first and second with 2 outs. Good breaking pitch in there by Manley to the left-handed hitting Nolan Chasko. Again, Chasko pitching in this game, but also hitting. Has already come through with a base hit in this game. Facing Manley for the second time. The 0-1 to Chasko. That ball's hit well into the air. Leininger with a good read on it. And good on you, Mr. Manley. Manley sets him down. Not before Manitoba didn't have 2 hits, but no runs for Team Manitoba. And they left 2. No post 2 errors.
Was the scoreboard off?
And we're through 2 complete. Post 2 for Manitoba 2. Welcome back here for the top of the third inning. Jordan Leininger leading off
excited.
against Nolan Chasko. Takes that breaking pitch in there for a called strike two after he fouled the first pitch back into the stance. Looks like the lovely Tracy Lamont is
Easy.
going to find out that she's going to get less than 25 cents on the exchange rate for that foul ball.
Yeah. Canadian exchange rate, yeah. She didn't think about that.
Strong dollar. Hard hit ball by Leininger through the 5-hole. We just see that that man is a forward.
Yeah, he's not the goaltender for Team Canada here.
And I think
Didn't
for-
get the stick down. Didn't drop into the butterfly properly. A puck slips through.
Bachman.
Jason, do you notice that when you look at post 2 on the scoreboard, every once in a while it flashes and it says like Moonlight Graham or something?
Oh my God.
There it does. Look at that.
If you build it, he will come.
Yeah. I think the scoreboard guys is messing with us. Leininger reaches on an error. Second error of the game for Manitoba. Brings up Bachman.
Let's see if Bachman can torture those trees out in left field again. The small family of possum were disrupted yesterday when he ruined their home. It was like a tornado come through. They were like, what the hell was that? Whoops, sorry about the swearing.
Couple of teenagers going for a stroll out by the river. Guy just about ready to put his arm around her neck, and he gets hit by a home run, and it's over.
Yeah.
Bachman now, the 1-1 count from Chasko. Leininger at first base, foul ball straight back at us. And I don't know if Chasko knows Bachman's fastball hitting prowess, but that thing was almost hit 5,000 feet.
Yeah. He was, I suppose, about a half inch off.
Will Bachman, one of the many heroes in the semifinal game, hit one to the sight on sound. Sight on sound, by the way, if you guys are listening to this, we could definitely use maybe some cool speakers for my car. That pitch well upside.
What do you got about a 1979 T-Bird there you're putting speakers in?
That's all it's missing.
Little lift kit in that thing. Got the hair, like the mullet flowing out. Steelheart on repeat on the radio all day long.
Pop in a little great white every once in a while. 2-2 to Bachman. Runner goes. Curveball.
Down. There you go.
And we've been saying it for 2 days, Jason. And they stole on the guy.
Yeah, I need some help. Hotel Transylvania 2. The little kid has fuzzy red hair. What's his name? I will personally pay $1 to somebody that comes up and tells me the name of that kid.
Third baseman number 24. Dylan.
Because that's what this catcher looks like.
Jonah of the DeYoung clan is next to you.
Yeah.
And he seems like he would know. It's a stolen base on the strikeout. Bachman struck out, 1 out. Dylan Erholtz at the plate.
Hit you. Nope. How did that miss him? It's like JFK's magic bullet.
Chasko living
Dennis.
dangerously here with the
Kid's name is Dennis from Hotel Transylvania 2. Well, somebody's gonna have to break some change from or get some change from me. I owe Eric, the intern, $1.
the 2-0 here from Chasko to Erholtz. That ball's hit down the right field line. Actually, that's going to drift foul into the stands. Look at the hustle there by the first baseman. He's my new favorite guy from Canada.
The whole country or just his team?
The whole country.
All right.
You see that? That thing was like 18 rows up, and that guy was running like you and I, just dead sprint. Number 20. We're going to find out who that is. His name's Nixon. Kind of like him even more.
Whatever you want to say about this catcher's throwing ability, he's blocking the ball extremely well.
Well, that was Skylar Ramsey. Oh, that's the Mission Impossible villain guy, Skylar Ramsey.
Yeah,
remember?
Skylar Ramsey.
Don't give him the nukes.
He's being tracked down by MI6 as we speak. Look at that
Look
pick.
at that. Yeah.
Look at him. Dennis.
He's
Nice
the-
pick, Dennis.
He's the goalie.
Walk up to the plate, right fielder, number 12.
Activity in the bullpen. Fourth liner out of British Columbia coming in.
And we'll be back here after the pitching change. Chasko is going to head to the bench after giving up 4 runs on 5 hits. His teammates did make 2 errors. He's got 1 out after the Erholtz walk. Post 2 is going to have runners at first and second with 1 out. We'll get you caught up here in about 1 minute. And welcome back here in the top of the 3rd inning. It's not too late for breakfast. We've got toast at the plate. Dylan Tossenson with runners at first and second. Just 1 out. New relief pitcher Dylan Schrader here for Team Manitoba. Hello. Did he even ask for permission to buzz the tower? I don't think he did. Is that a purpose pitch?
That's a no-go. Pattern is full.
We can't say what happens next. It's some bad word, Maverick. Big breaking ball on the outside part of the plate for a called strike on Dylan Tossenson. Dylan struck out in his first at-bat on a heavy dose of curveballs in that same spot. Chasko maybe told Schrader the plan. We'll see if Tossenson can make the adjustment here.
It's Tostenson. You combining the two, Tostenson.
Yeah.
It's a understandable mistake.
If you didn't tune in here for the game about 3 weeks ago, Dylan's father, Dustin, little fun fact trivia here, ground ball to the second baseman.
That's so slow.
Almost beat it out. Good hustle there by Dylan Erholtz.
That's a tough play by the second baseman.
Hopefully Dylan's all right, Dylan Erholtz. And the man in black coming up to the plate. Finish that story. His father, Dustin Tossenson, was named for a popular song in the 70s. Jason, do you know what it is?
Dust in the Wind.
That's correct.
By Kansas.
That is correct. That's a true story. And Dylan's mom tells me that Dustin's mom was excited to go see Kansas live and in concert. So there you go. Fun fact. Connor Holm up 3 times in the first 3 innings. Already has 2 hits on the night, looking for his third with Leininger at third base. Dylan Tossenson at first. 2 down here. Dylan Schrader looking to get Manitoba out of the jam. The 1-0.
It's a good pitch. That's a tough one.
The curveball hits the outside part of the plate.
I like how when they all get the sign from the coach, they check their rodeo championship belt buckles to see what year they won it.
The 1-1.
Get
smoked down the line.
Ooh.
About 2 feet foul. Connor Holm 2 feet away from his third hit of the night. And that belt buckle doesn't even slow Connor down. Do you see that?
Well, it jingles and it jangles as he rounds bases, and I think that's distracting to the defense. I'm sorry for my excitement on that last hit. I know my voice raised. To all the fans listening.
Connor home now, 1-2, 2 down here with 2 on. Dylan Schrader looking to get Manitoba out of the jam. Just about hit Connor.
Nice stop by Dennis behind the plate.
He's our guy. No, this first baseman's our guy. That's our other guy.
He's your guy. The guy
Cody
behind the plate's
Gunderson's my guy. Cody Gunderson is my guy. I drafted him first in the Team Manitoba draft. And pretty much I can win with him. That's all I need. 2-2 to Connor. Ball's popped up. Montgomery underneath it, and post 2 is going to go down with no runs on no hits. There was 1 Manitoba error, left 2 on base. Halfway through 3, post 2, 4, Manitoba 2. Good breaking pitch in there for a called first strike. Ethan Geisbrecht up for Team Manitoba. Brady Manley still on the hill. Another curveball hits the outside part of that plate. And Ethan finds himself in an 0-2 hole early to Brady Manley. This ground ball foul down the line, still 0-2. Manley, the 0-2, takes the sign and the pitch. And another foul ball down the third baseline. Some scouting report must be available on this guy, Jason. That's 4 breaking pitches in a row.
Yeah, well, we've seen these guys 3 times in 24 hours, so 48 hours.
Maybe one too many there. That driven into the gap.
Yeah, it would have been nice to mix in a fastball. Change his eyes, change the speed, you know, that how he's reading pitches. Might even have got a defensive swing.
First hit on the night for Ethan Geisbrecht.
I can tell you the scouting report on this guy. That's at third base, shortstop gap. He likes to hit the ball over there. Sort of a Wade Boggs kind of inside-out swing.
And another pass ball for Bachman. And that's going to put Mr. Geisbrecht in scoring position with the catcher, Skylar Ramsey, at the plate. Again, not the start post 2 wanted. The hit is one thing. It's just that those little details here that keep putting runners in scoring position. Here's a ground ball. It's going to be a tough play for Simon. He got him at first. No, he did not. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, my Lanta. Oh, take me away, Calgon, to a better place. Jason, that was a...
I'm not... I don't know. I think he might have been safe. We'll have to go to the replay.
Yeah, that's why I got so excited, because he was definitely safe.
I know. I know that you and I disagree on it.
Great play by Tommy Simon, though. He
Kept
got
the
rid
guy
of that ball quickly.
Kept the guy at second, which is important. I think we're in a bunt situation now.
We're playing Manitoba. Forget
Yeah.
about it.
They don't bunt.
No, never going to happen. He's giving signs. Something's going on. Look at Erholtz. He doesn't believe Manitoba will bunt either.
They're setting up a meeting at Johnny Hortons or Timmy Hortons. Tim Hortons Coffee.
Tim Hortons, yes.
Yeah.
Fastball in there for a called strike to the first baseman. Nixon Carrier. Mike Lamont pronounces it Carrier. Curveball in the dirt. Good stop by Bachman. Count moves to 2-1. Brady Manley takes a sign. Comes set. The 2-1. That fastball's hit hard into left field. Runner's going to be held up, but it's bases loaded and nobody out. As Manley gives up his second hit of the inning. Almost that same pitch. Just kind of floats that breaking pitch out there right in the middle of the plate. I think for Mr. Manley, it's all about getting ahead in the count. That brings up the shortstop, Tyson Bassert, to the plate. Bases loaded. Nobody out here in a 4-2 game. Breaking pitch hit deep to Leininger. Be interesting to see if he goes third here.
Better go third.
And he does. But it's going to be a sac fly for Mr. Bassert. And that's going to bring Manitoba within 1 run, 4-3. Again, if you thought 4 runs was going to win this game, you probably haven't seen Manitoba hit yet.
They don't seem to be fooled by anything. Even when they miss, they're on time.
Brings up the left fielder now, Slatcher. Big breaking pitch in there for a called first strike. Slatcher 0 for 1 on the day. Struck out. Back in the second inning. And good base running there. Bachman, great play by Dylan Erholtz to save Bachman from an error. That was good alert base running by both the Manitoba runners to advance on that wild pitch by Manley. Probably too many of these for Luke Rusted's liking at this point, Jason. 3 innings in.
Yeah. When he misses, he's missing down or way up. So it's one thing to miss. It's another thing when it's never in the strike zone when you don't make that hitter make a decision.
And Slatcher now up in the count, 2-1 with runners at second and third. Just 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Again, post 2. While they are the 1 seed, they are the higher seed. The rules here for bracket play in the Pete are the home team has decided for a coin flip. So we're going to assume that the visitors from Manitoba called the right. Probably use a Canadian coin, but they're the home team. That's a hard ground ball to Erholtz. Great play.
What are you doing?
Even a better play by Kalbrenner.
Oh.
Is he safe?
Yeah. He dropped it.
And bases loaded now as Kalbrenner was unable to keep that ball in his glove. And we're going to have a visit by Gunnar Lindstedt. Bases loaded and 1 out. And after the error, I think that error is going to go to Dylan Earholtz. He made a great play to stop the ball, but a bad throw.
That's a strike on the outside corner.
Looked like Bachman had his glove turned the wrong way, but somehow caught it with a runner at third. Got to be careful on that. The 0-1 now to Welgosh. Breaking pitch fouled into the bullpen. And Manly ahead 0-2 after the visit from the pitching coach, Lindstedt. But bases loaded here for Team Manitoba with just one out.
We need to go up in the zone here. Get
Manly
above his hands.
takes the sign from Bachman, the pitch. Ball missed up high. Big breaking ball in there from Manly. And now a 1-2 count with one out. Bases loaded. Nowhere to put him. Manly takes the sign. Comes set. That ball's hit hard into the right center gap. Leininger's there, but not in time. And for Manitoba, that's another run scored on their fourth hit of the day of the inning. Excuse me, third hit of the inning. Seventh hit here in the first 3 innings. And on a 1-2 pitch, that fastball just got too much of the middle of the plate, and Welgosh delivered. And it's still bases loaded now with Hugh Montgomery coming up. 4-4 game. Manley takes the sign and the pitch to Montgomery. That ball hit hard, foul, right down the left field line. Almost hit the Premier.
Now batting number 4, Hugh.
But Manly working ahead in the count. Ahead in the count hasn't been the problem recently, Jason. Now it's just that they're good hitters.
Yeah, he almost needs to get away with the changeup a little bit, maybe use that more often to get strikes or to get swings or foul balls or whatever it is, because he's not the curveball is not going to get them out. He's going to have to locate the fastball or get it up in the zone.
He struck him out
just like that.
And he got Montgomery with that fastball, but it was all about location there, Jason. That was the first time with 2 strikes and being ahead in the count that I've seen Manly get away from the center of the plate effectively. But when I say effectively, close enough where
they wanted to swing, especially with the run he has. That ball probably actually started in the strike zone and ran out.
And top of the order here, Matt Thompson up. And that curveball catches the inside part of the plate. I think for Manly to get out of here with only giving up 2 would be a victory in and of itself. And this game is tied here in the 3rd inning. There is 2 outs. There are bases loaded. Manly 0-1 to Matt Thompson, the leadoff hitter.
That was a good pitch too.
Pitch just dropped a little bit low, and the count moves to 1-1. Thompson so far on the day has walked once, has 1 base hit. He's scored 1. Manly takes his sign from Bachman, and the 1-1 pitch. Fastball, the outside part of the plate.
That's a good fastball. Late run, you see that late run?
Sure did. And low enough where I think if he takes a swing, it's not going to be an automatic line drive either.
I'd go right back to that pitch.
The 1-2 from Manly with 2 outs. He struck him out,
Nice.
and good on you, Brady.
That's a great set of hitters for him. Get out of that.
For Manly, he strikes out the final 2 batters with the bases loaded, but not before Team Manitoba equalizes this game. They put up 2 runs on 3 hits. There was the one throwing error by post 2. They left him loaded, and after 3 complete, we got a good one brewing here in the Pete Championship game. Post 2 4, Manitoba 4.
3 hits.
welcome back here as Tommy Simon flares one into right field. That's going to drop for a base hit.
Ooh. I thought Tommy was going to pull some sneaky stuff there.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Sneaky, sneaky.
Tommy Simon is the best hitter at those hits, though. Like, there's something about it. I think he's got a lot of power, which helps.
Well, yeah, when you have outfielders have to push back because they're afraid of getting burned, you get a lot of that. But that's not, people would say, yeah, that's lucky, but he deserves that because if those outfielders aren't playing deep, then he can gap it pretty quickly.
Kind of makes his own luck. He just takes a big cut, and I think they take a step back, and he gets a lot of base hits that way. That breaking pitch in there for a called strike.
And he's not an extremely big kid, but he's strong. And so, like, that one's maybe fisted a little bit. He has enough strength to get that to that empty spot. And that's important. Kids, if you're watching at home, make sure you get to the weight room. Especially like Ben Kelbrenner. He needs to be hitting the weights. Look at him. What does he weigh? 60 pounds?
Yeah, he physically does not look ready right now.
No, I mean, he can't play varsity like that.
No.
Why do you think his bones break? He's not in the weight room
I
enough.
just don't think he's focused right now on weightlifting.
No. I mean, all he does is sit around, play games, watch cartoons, eat cereal. Doesn't work.
That ball's in the gap. But a good play there by Montgomery. And, boy, that is the story of Landon's day, isn't it?
He hit that ball pretty well. That ball was not a pop-up. That was a line drive gap shot.
DH number 7.
Why is that right fielder so far over?
Adam Leininger.
He's given up a lot of the right field line. So is the left fielder. Well, the left fielder obviously would give up a lot of the right field line, but he's off the line.
Right, Team Manitoba, the only team left in the tournament that has like 6 pitchers left.
Got a port sider coming in here from up north.
Saw a little bit of this guy in the bullpen. Let me try and get his name for you. But a pitching change. Dylan Schrader actually did a pretty nice job. Hello. We got a tall lefty in there.
Please. Now pitching for Manitoba. Number 10. Jackson McDonald.
Oh, Jackson McDonald.
He started the first game.
How does he have eligibility left?
Is there rules like that in this tournament?
For Team Americana, yes.
What's the exchange rate on pitch count?
For American pitchers, you have to wait. You have 3 days rest.
After
80? And Jackson McDonald pitched 2 days ago.
did he get to 80 though?
Well, that would only be, but that was Thursday, so today's Saturday. That's 1 day rest. Right?
That is true.
And Jackson McDonald pitched. Maybe there's a tournament rule. I don't even know. Jackson McDonald threw 56 pitches.
So does Friday counts as the 1 day? Is today the second day?
Today would be, that would be 1 day's rest. And Legion pitching count rules are.
I'm on the radio. Or not the radio. Streaming.
Well, it's probably not going to matter what we think here. I'm sure the coaches are aware. The only thing that gets interesting is who pitched for us on day one.
Elias pitched for us on day one.
So with 1 day, he should have had he should be on 2 days rest instead of 1. Runner goes.
No throw.
And Simon's up with a stolen base. That's going to bring Adam Leininger up to the plate with a 1-0 count. Tommy Simon on second base in scoring position. Jackson McDonald at the mound. Jackson McDonald went 2 1/3, gave up 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 of them earned, walked 4 in his 56 pitches, 30 of them for strikes. So post 2 has seen him as recently as Thursday.
Hopefully Adam can tuck that front shoulder in, stay with this ball, and drive it right down that left field line. This is like a major league shift that they're playing.
The 2-0 to Leininger. Almost hit him, 3-0. Left-handed batting Charlie Kalbrenner on deck after Leininger, 3-0. Tommy Simon at second base. The pitch from McDonald, and he walked him.
Adam wasn't sure. Is 1 out right? That's right?
Up next to post 2. First baseman, number 15, Charlie Kalbrenner.
Kalbrenner up, struck out in the first inning. Now with runners at first and second, just 1 out here in a 4-4 game. Post 2 with 6 hits so far. Manitoba with 7. Big difference, post 2 already with 4 errors in the first 3 innings. Kalbrenner looking to deliver for post 2. That breaking pitch well outside of the zone, and that's 5 in a row for McDonald, and our guy's back. Maybe it's just when McDonald pitches.
Well, he doesn't throw like that when there's not runners on.
No.
It's the runners must make him nervous.
McDonald, the 1-0 to Kalbrenner. That fastball in there for a call, first strike. 1-1 now to Charlie. The shift is still on, Jason, and I know Charlie has no problem hitting the ball to the left center. Let's see if he can do it. That would have been the pitch, but called a ball. 2-1 now. McDonald's showing a little frustration.
That's a pitcher's pitch. You want that.
Sure do. And for Charlie, where the left fielder's playing him,
that's a pitch he likes to hit, too.
Yeah, I'm not so sure that Charlie's aware where the left fielder's playing him, because that's another one on that outside part of the plate. And I think if he just goes with it, it's a 2-run double, but it's 2-2 now to Charlie. Kalbrenner here, McDonald. Runners at first and second, the 2-2 pitch upcoming to Kalbrenner. Foul back, stays alive, 2-2.
I mean, usually there's a reason for a shift like that. I mean, the left fielder and the center fielder are probably only 60 feet apart.
They do not want to give up that left center gap.
I guess not.
So 2-2 pitch with 1 out to Kalbrenner. And we're going to go full. Again, McDonald, second batter he's faced in this game. He did pitch against post 2 on Thursday night. Walked Leininger in 4 pitches. Now a full count to Kalbrenner. That ball's driven deep. Can it stay fair? It went foul. Boy, and the right fielder's playing at the Carpet World sign too. Did you see that? It's 2 games in a row. I guess the wind is blowing out that way. But there is a ton of room in this outfield if this configuration holds. Shallow right and basically all of left field is wide open.
Yeah, anything that gets through that left side is possibly a double.
3-2 pitch to Kalbrenner.
Oh, that was way too close for my liking. Wow.
And that pitch is low to Charlie. And he draws the 1-out walk to blow the bases.
Post 2, center fielder number 14, Jordan Leininger.
For Jordan Leininger. Jordan hit the ball really hard in his last at-bat. Ended up going right between the shortstop's legs. Jordan in a position to put post 2 back on top now with Simon at third base. His brother at second. And he takes that pitch And it finally mattered. Tommy Simon with a good read. Again, what just happened here, that pitch was probably high to Leininger. Kind of shaking his head, but then Skylar Ramsey threw that wild back to McDonald. McDonald unable to catch the ball, and Simon must have got the memo from this unbelievable broadcast crew that you got to watch for that. And we've got another pitching change coming up here. Maybe they just figured out that McDonald's ineligible. Who knows? But it's going to be a run scored for post 2, putting them back on top 5-4. And we're going to have Jordan Leininger at the plate with his brother Adam at second. Oh, forget that. Jackson McDonald staying in. Do we have a limit on mound visits? Is that a Legion thing? Anybody know? So Jackson McDonald staying in there. Jordan Leininger at the plate. Adam Leininger at second base. Charlie Kalbrenner. Both drew walks from McDonald. Jordan in an 0-1 count with 1 out. Big breaking pitch from McDonald. Swung on and missed. And the count now moves to 0-2 to Jordan. McDonald takes his sign from Ramsey. The 0-2 pitch. It's a ground ball. It's going to be a tough double play. And he pulled him off the base. Boy, and that was interesting because it looked like he called him out. Then he called him safe. But in the meantime, it looked like Kalbrenner was heading back to the dugout. I could be wrong, but it looked like the guy had the ball tag and Charlie out. But on the flip error, that's a throwing error on the second baseman. It brings up the hot-hitting Will Bachman now with bases loaded, 1 out. Jackson McDonald now going from the full windup. Nowhere to put Bachman. Throws a breaking pitch in there to Will, called for the first strike. And Bachman in an 0-1 count here with Leininger at first, Leininger at third, and Charlie Kalbrenner at second. Just 1 out in the top of the 4th inning. Post 2 on top, 5-4. And that breaking pitch called for a strike on the outside part of the plate. And Bachman now looking to drive in. Adam Leininger at third. Finds himself in an 0-2 count, looking to put the ball in play.
Oh,
that
get
ball's
down.
hit hard down the line. That's going to be fair. 1 run scores. Kalbrenner, 2 run scored. And a 2-strike, 2-run double for Will Bachman. McDonald hung a curveball to Bachman, and he put it in overdrive down the line.
Just a matter of time before we heard that one. I was going to say something. I was going to say, you ain't seen nothing yet. Because I have a feeling Erholtz is going to squirt one in down that right field line right now.
They're bringing the infield in, which I shouldn't laugh, but again, we feel like we got a slow pitch softball game developing here. 7-4.
Is it 1 out or 2?
There's 1 out.
Nice.
In a 7-4 game after the big hit by Bachman, the 2-run double with an 0-2 count. McDonald just floated that curveball, and Bachman stayed back and pounded it down the line.
Oh, my God.
And that's an error.
What are you doing, Jordan? I would have went on that. He might not have seen it.
And that's an error on the throw. And brings up Dylan Tossison. So Erholtz reaches on the throwing error. And now we have Tossison up with bases loaded and still just 1 out. Big curveball and a swing and a miss by Tossison. Connor Holm, top of the order, on deck. And again, Jordan Leininger just went straight back to the base, and I think he's crazy if he doesn't stay out just in case Ramsey throws that ball wild again. Simon scored on it.
I would be at the cut there, like another 2 steps.
He's going back to the base. There's no reason to do that. They're probably not as singularly as obsessed with this throwback as we are up here. 0-2 count to Tostenson. Same spot Bachman was in just 5 minutes ago. The 0-2 pitch. The ball's taken low. And the 1-2 upcoming from McDonald, going from the full windup to Dylan Tostenson. Bases loaded, just one out, 7-4 post 2. And the pitch. Ball taken low, 2-2.
Pitcher might just start walking to him and taking it from him.
I don't even see the second baseman and the shortstop making much of a move to back that throw up either.
They're not in a position to cut that run if it does go over his head.
2-2 to Dylan. He swung and missed. And a good pitch there by McDonald to get Tostenson on the fastball on the outside part of the plate. That brings up Connor home now with bases loaded. Connor already with 2 hits on the night.
This is an important at bat. You know, we're up by 3 runs. We've had a good inning, but we can really separate from this team, and I think we're going to need it.
So Connor home with bases loaded. Erholtz at first, Bachman at second, Jordan Leininger at third. Nowhere to put him. Ball 1. Connor home, his last at bat, if you can remember, hit one just down the line, about a foot foul from a double. Swinging a hot bat here tonight for post 2. That pitch scooped up by Ramsey.
Did you see that? How does he catch that? I mean, he just stuck his hand out there. Good on you, Dennis.
He's like our favorite guy, except for the other couple guys that we are better favorites. The 2-0 from McDonald to Connor home. Make it 3-0, and we're going to see a take here for sure.
The little chink in the army, chink in the armor here for Team Manitoba. They've had some defensive woes, as it were, and they seem a bit dejected. They're vulnerable.
Oh, and that's a pitch right at the knees. I think Connor was thinking that he might get a free pass on an RBI there.
I'd take again. Get to a 3-2 count. Everybody's moving. Even if he does throw a strike, which...
3-1 to home. Boy, right at the knees again. 2 pitches there for McDonald.
Ooh.
Oh, boy.
Jordan was ready that time.
And a full count now. Runners will be going on the pitch. Connor home, very good command of the strike zone. Moves in just a bit. The 3-2 pitch coming. Runners go. The ball's popped up. Foul and out of play, and we'll do this again. Boy, didn't see much of a jump there from Erholtz, Jason. I think if the first baseman's not holding you on and you're in the full windup, you might want to get going. Oh, now he's in the stretch. Just to make sure they have to go to first base on the speedy Connor home.
I'd watch out for a tricky pick here.
And that ball was hit foul into the dugout.
I would, the kid that you want to get the better jump, in my opinion, would be Bachman out at second, because something through the middle or something that's hit hard, that kid, he has to score. All Dylan has to do is get to second base, and we're fine. He's not going to go first or third unless it's gapped.
Full count pitch. We'll do it again to Connor home.
Nice job.
McDonald thinks that was a strike. His catcher didn't do him any favors, but I think that was outside.
Yeah, that was in the river.
We're going to have to get new sod for this stretch between the dugout and the pitcher's mound. Maybe put a mat up there. This is going to be Anders Millar, isn't it? They got all the guys from Thursday. 1 day rest is all you need in Canada. We'll be back here, 8-4, post 2, 2 down, bases loaded. Tommy Simon coming to the plate. So we're back here with bases loaded in the top of the fourth inning. Post 2 already with 4 runs scored in this inning. But looking to tack on some more. Tommy Simon led this off what seems like about a half hour ago with a flare down the right field line. Now with bases loaded, see if he can do it again. That first pitch taken up high.
All right. Somebody has to explain what the left fielder is doing to me. Look at, this is a right-handed hitter now. Look at how far off the line he is. And I can understand when you start taking away gaps, but the center fielder isn't doing that, and the right fielder isn't doing that. They're all in the middle of the field.
Boy, and Bachman's on the base, too, when Ramsey throws this back. I guess the middle infielders are backing it up, but it just makes no sense to me after 2 games of watching this catcher throw the ball back to the pitcher why you wouldn't give it a look.
Yeah, and he's having such a tough time throwing it to the pitcher. Did they think he's going to snap throw it to the third baseman?
Negative, Ghost Rider. Pattern is full. 2-0 pitch to Simon. Nowhere to put him. That's 3-0. And as hot as Tommy's bat has been, this is going to be a take here with the relief pitcher coming in. Again, post 2 saw Anders Millar. He kind of sounds like a Hunger Games character, doesn't he?
Oh, totally. I could see him with like
District
all black plastic with a peacock on his head, shooting a flaming arrow over the crowd.
District 2, maybe.
I don't know the difference between the districts, to be honest. I don't know. I saw the first one.
Well, Katniss is from, I think, 12. And
that's one where they put him in that game to regulate the population.
That's entertainment value for District 1. District 1's where all the bad people live.
All the Richies?
Yeah, they're greedy and they want to see people die. It's no good.
In case you hadn't seen the Hunger Games, there it is.
And at the end,
Siskel and Ebert revisited.
Make it 9-4 on the 2-out walk to Tommy Simon. 5-pitch walk.
Up next for post 2, second baseman number 2, Landon.
A nice double down the line by Landon sends this bus over the hill with the tires on fire.
If I'm a betting man, there's a take going to happen here after 4 pitches out of the strike zone with the reliever. We will find out. That pitch upstairs. And we're going to see another take here, Jason.
I think we're going to see many takes.
Anders Millar from District 3. Facing Landon Meyer with the bases loaded. Tough time finding the strike zone as of yet. And that fastball in there for a called strike. And now we're going to see Landon Meyer with the freedom to take a rip here, trying to put this game a little more in post 2's hands with runners everywhere. 2 down, 1-1 count. That ball up high, and the count moves to 2-1 to Meyer. Erholtz on third. Connor Holm at second. Tommy Simon at first. The 3-hitter, Landon Meyer at the plate, facing Anders Millar in relief of Jackson McDonald, who is in relief of Dylan Schrader, who is in relief of Chasko. 2-1 count, 2 down. 3-1 now to Meyer. Nowhere to put him. And Jason, I wouldn't be surprised if Landon takes another one here.
Yeah, I mean, again, just like the last time it happened, you let the runners get in motion, stresses out the defense, and I at this point he hasn't thrown 2 strikes back to back yet.
So the 3-1 upcoming, bases loaded here for post 2. Already ahead 9-4 in the top of the 4th. The 3-1 pitch to Meyer. In there for a called strike.
That's only 2, bud.
And the count now full. Runners will be going on the movement from Anders Millar. Landon Meyer looking to be...
Going from the full windup, they're going to be basically on the base.
And the runners go. The pitch to Meyer. And that pitch high and outside. And that's going to be an RBI. Base on balls for Landon Meyer. It's actually not too bad of a pitch, but this umpire has been pretty consistent. Up and out's not going to get it done.
Up next for post 2,
And they're playing the Landlord's music.
the landlord, Leininger.
Mike Lamont is kind of like a WWE announcer, isn't he?
Who's the guy that introduces the fights?
Jim Ross? Oh, Michael Buffer?
Yeah, that's him. We got Michael Buffer in the house.
And Chad DeYoung's voice is better than Morgan Freeman's. Like, I would listen to Chad DeYoung audiobooks.
Can you say Andy Dufresne was my friend?
It's like he probably doesn't smoke, but he has like a
Little gravel in his craw.
yeah. From the house of DeYoung, District 8. Hey, we had a mound visit, also something that they take freely in the province of Manitoba.
We have a live raccoon loose in the studio.
How about that arachnid? Did we ever kill it?
Well, I don't know.
Justin Ahern was like Spider-Man over there. He was either going to get...
All I saw, when I looked down there, all I saw was a tornado of fingers, thumbs, blood, spit. It was very disturbing.
There was a arachnid, and I look over and Justin Ahern, I don't see him, and then I look at the ceiling, and he's walking with his hands on the ceiling. I think he got bit by it.
Yeah.
He could put up netting all around this park in like 2 seconds, but he won't do it. The 2-0 pitch upcoming to Leininger. Bases loaded, nowhere to put him. Anders Millar trying to find the strike zone.
I'd like to see him throw that ball again in that same spot.
Leininger now with the 2-1 count. Meyer at first, Simon at second, Connor Holm at first. The pitch. Almost hit him. And the count moves to 3-1. Again, we've had...
As the outfield pod migrates closer and closer to each other.
They are so bored right now. If they could just have...
I think that's why they're talking to each other. Maybe they're talking about the Hunger Games as well.
If they have AirPods in and they're listening to us right now, I wish they'd give us a sign. Yet the left fielder is like, put me in, coach. I can do this. But another walk is going to bring up Charlie Kalbrenner, and we're going to get a visit from Team Manitoba. They've got number 23 warming up. He probably pitched against us on Thursday. It's his turn. I think he did. This is going to be Lucier. So we'll be back here. It's post 2-11, Manitoba 4. And we're back here with Lucier on the mound. Number 23 pitched against post 2 on Thursday. That ball smoked into right field, but foul. Boy, Charlie was looking dead red, and he saw it. And with bases loaded, that would have made this a 15-4 game. Leininger at first, Meyer at second, Simon at third. Charlie Kalbrenner up the 0-1 pitch. That ball's driven. Montgomery on his horse. And Thompson catches that ball about 15 feet from the fence. Or else that is a 15-4 game. But for post 2, they do put up 7 runs on 19 walks. There was an error and 3 runners left on base. We'll be back. Post 2, 11. Manitoba, 4.
Also. It came, but it was short.
And that curveball taken just inside for a ball.
Strike.
Brady Manley still on the hill for post 2, starting this 4th inning against Chasko. Spikes that one in the dirt, and the count moves to 2-0. Manley coming out after his teammates put up 7 runs. Throws a fastball in there for a called strike, and the count moves to 2-1 to Chasko. Jason, what's it like having to sit there that long? I suppose it's good and bad. You probably cool down, but you'd love to see the run support.
Yeah, I as a pitcher, I hated it, because the first this he's warming up again. I mean, you only get 5 pitches between innings. What he should have done, and I don't know if he did it, is he should have went to the bullpen and thrown, probably 10, 12 pitches sometime during that inning, just to keep his arm fresh, maybe even just spot fastballs.
He does bring the count to 3-2 after that last fastball called for a strike.
Ooh.
But that's going to be another leadoff walk here for Manitoba. I think they've had the leadoff runner on just about every inning here, and the 4th inning is no different. It's going to bring up Ethan Geisbrecht with nobody out after the leadoff walk to Nolan Chasko.
I said this at the end of the last game we played, but post 2 really needs to just think about outs. Get the outs that they give you. Don't try to make special plays. Take the outs that they give you.
From an offensive production standpoint, Team Manitoba most likely the most consistent. Again, they did get shut out by post 2, but through the tournament they've put up runs on everybody. And that ball's hit on the line. Leininger.
Ooh. Thought he misplayed that.
And tracked that down. That ball was hit well by Gerbschmidt.
What? Gerbschmidt?
Geisbrecht?
Yes, that's closer.
Geiselhart? Hey, I'm from District 12.
That's one of the outlying districts.
Skylar Ramsey. Don't even have to look at the roster. I know this guy. He's Dennis. Socks up high. He's got the stirrups. He's batting, but his batting gloves are in his pocket.
Yeah, he also has an iPad in his right pocket, looking at stats during his at bat.
Takes time, checks TikTok, back in the batter's box. Batting here with one out. Chasko on first base. Manley on the hill. The 1-1 pitch. A curveball in the dirt, blocked by Bachman.
I think I'd like to see Tommy fade into the hole a little bit more. He likes that. He likes that Hornbacher's lane right there.
We haven't seen a double play in a while here. How about it? 2-1. Manley to Ramsey.
Oh, Chris Nostradamus. Nice. That's when you just
Tomorrow's winning numbers
drop
will
the
be
mic.
8, 16, 24, 35, and the Powerball 92 for post 2 after that double play. No runs, no hits, no errors. There were no runners left on base, and through 4 complete, post 2, 11. Team Manitoba 4. And we're back here, picking it up in the top of the 5th inning. Jordan Leininger to the plate. And that was a called strike. Count moves to 2-1 on Leininger. Lucier on the mound, because I like to say Lucier. That ball's ripped into left field. That's going to be a base hit for Jordan Leininger.
Base hit by Leininger.
Little technical difficulty there as we got the team colors changed. This took us 5 innings to do it. So if that's been bothering you at home, you should calm down.
I've received several texts about it.
Twitter was blowing up. Jordan Lanninger with a solid base knock there to start post 2, get the leadoff runner on board. And Bachman held up there. Do they call that a strike?
No, I think, yeah, it was 0-2.
All right, so Bachman 1-2 on the count now with Leininger at first base. Bachman ripping the cover off the ball as of late, looking for something he can handle. 1-2. Holds up on that curveball, down and away for ball 2. And the count even up 2-2 to Bachman, who did some damage last time at the plate, Jace.
Yes, he did. He's been hitting the ball, like you said, he's been hitting the ball well lately. And I know from watching him over the last 2 or 3 years, he's always, until this year, he's struggled hitting the breaking pitch. And I think his last at-bat, he sat on a curveball and hit it. It was right down the left field line, I believe, right?
Yeah, one hopper to the Herd and Horns. Best meatloaf and sandwich in town, Herd and Horns. Hard ground ball. They go to 2 for the first.
Good hustle
and the
down
first
the line.
baseman jumped. He's my guy, but I'm not sure why he jumped to catch that one. But good hustle by Bachman. Leininger retired at second base. Bachman with a hard ground ball. Good play there by the third baseman. It's just one of those days. Did you have a feeling that the third baseman was going to miss it?
I did. I actually, when he picked the ball, made the play, I was like, huh, that's not how I saw that going.
It's just been one of those days, folks.
Well, he got a good hop, number one. There's been some tough hops.
That brings up Holtz now with Bachman on first. Fastball in there for a called first strike in the inside part of the plate. Now the second baseman and the shortstop, they're getting some action out there. Do you see that?
They got their energy back.
They're fired up. Lucier must be their buddy. So Lucier facing Holtz now with Bachman at first. 1 out, 0-1 count. Ball up and inside. Count evens up at 1-1. Holtz is a confident hitter right now.
Yes, yeah, he's even on pitches that he's missing, he's on time. He's hitting balls all over the field. He's mostly in the middle, gap to gap. Hasn't had a lot of extra base hits, but he's had some very clutch hits with guys in scoring position.
He takes that pitch called for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Count goes to 1-2. Holtz, good contact hitter. Bachman on first. The 1-2 from Lucier. Ball's hit right up the middle. Boy, and a great play to rob Holtz of a base hit. Holy moly.
Is it me, Chris, or were they playing up the middle on him?
They had to have been. I mean, it's double play situation.
That ball's a line drive that would have been in the grass, and he caught that ball behind second base. I mean, maybe he's just that quick. Seemed like I thought that ball was through, and all of a sudden he comes flying out of nowhere.
So with 2 outs, that's going to bring up Dylan Tossison. Dylan struck out in his last at-bat. Looking to extend the inning for post 2. Again, up 7 runs. Looking to pad onto that lead. Tossison 0-3 on the day. Bachman takes his lead at first and the pitch. In there for a called strike on the inside part of the plate. And the count moves to 1-1. And Lucier has really shown the most control here of all the relief pitchers so far for Manitoba. Two outs, the 1-1. Hard ground ball. And that's going to do it for post 2. There were no runs. There was 1 hit. No Manitoba errors. 1 runner left on base. And halfway through 5 innings, post 2, 11, Manitoba 4. And we're back here for the top of the 5th inning, or bottom of the 5th inning. That fastball low and away. Oh, that was a strike.
Yeah, it was a strike.
And that was a ball. Okay, 1-1.
I feel like I'm in Bizarro World.
So, Jason, post 2, leadoff out. Can we get the leadoff hitter out?
Well, not now because you just said it.
Well, not saying it has got the leadoff batter on every time.
Yeah, and again, I just mentioned we are in Bizarro World, so that we should talk about it because then it probably will happen.
2-1 to Nixon. Pitch down low for ball 3.
I must say, I do like the addition of the uniforms. I like this look.
The speakeasy look?
Is that okay? Is that what it is? Uh-oh.
Oh, please,
Uh-oh.
please, please. I think the ball maybe hit the runner.
That doesn't make a difference. Oh, if
Or-
he was in fair territory.
One time. Let's get this leadoff guy out. Come on, umpires. Collaborate. Educate. Adjudicate. Call him out. Yes, sir.
I'm going to take a walk.
And not since 1974 have things gone so wrong for a man named Nixon. As Nixon Carrier from District 6 heads back to the bench.
What are they trying to say? Are they trying to say he was on the grass? I'm not buying it. I'm there, coach.
And that's going to be 1 up, 1 down here for Manitoba in the bottom of the 5th inning.
I've never seen a chair that does this.
Shortstop number 11, Tyson. Jackson.
Brings up Tyson Jassert. I don't know what he's got for hits on the day, but this guy crushed us on Thursday. Takes that first pitch low for a ball. Jassert batting from the left-hand side of the plate. He's got the short pants, the high stirrups. Plays shortstop for Team Manitoba. Now in a 1-0 count against Manly.
Whoa.
Pitch high and inside for ball 2. And Manly just looking to get the ball over the plate here, Jason, and let the team play some defense behind him.
This is probably as deep as Manly's been into a game for a while. So it's possible that he's dealing with some fatigue. I mean, if he gets us through 5, it's a pretty good day against this team. That's a nice
hits
pitch.
the outside corner for a called strike 2. And Jassert, now in a 2-2 count, Jassert 0 for 1 on the day. He does have 1 run knocked in. And for Manly, the 2-2 with 1 out in the bottom of the 5th. Fastball right back to Manly.
Good Lord, Brady. All right, that's 2 in a row, Brady. I know you're going to watch this after the game. First one, back to you. You ate a sandwich before you threw it to Charlie. Let's speed that up. Next time, don't fall off the mound. Stay on your feet. All right? That's all I'm going to say about it.
I feel like he caught it and like dropped it like it's hot.
It was like a little dance move.
Yeah.
Little Mick Jagger stuff going on out there.
Is that what the kids call it, Eric? Do they drop it like it's hot? I think you just did. Jonah? Jonah's been dropping it like it's hot here for 3 hours.
Yeah, what you can't see is what's happening here. Jonah is putting on a clinic. He did some break dancing. I saw the Worm. I haven't seen the Worm since the 80s. Popping and locking.
Ground ball to Simon.
Oh my. Missing teeth.
And he's going to be all right. That ground ball handcuffed Simon. It's going to go down as an error, I would think. I think it has to be an error. And with 2 down now, tough break for Manly. It would have been his first 1-2-3 inning.
Back to Manitoba. Second baseman number 27, Cody. Wow.
Brings up Welgosh here with 2 down. And Manly starts Welgosh off with the first pitch of ball outside. Manly now at 83 pitches, 55 of them for strikes. Working here in the 5th inning with 2 down, runner at first base. The pitch to Welgosh, 1-0.
You're going to want to get somebody in the bullpen, I think. And not that he's throwing poorly, it's just he's starting to get up there with pitches. As I gaze into the bullpen, the only person I see down there is Ben Kelbrenner.
Should be in the weight room.
He should. He's constructing some sort of weapon, it looks like.
And Manly now goes 3-0 on Welgosh. Again, just one ground ball away from getting out of the inning. Now Manly finds himself 3-0 to the next batter. And Welgosh looking to extend this inning for Manitoba, down 7 in the 5th. And Manly throws that one in the dirt and 4-pitch walk to Welgosh. That's going to bring up Hugh Montgomery with 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
Now batting, number 4, Hugh Montgomery.
This is a good opportunity for Will to maybe go have a conversation with him or somebody.
That pitch in there for a called strike to Montgomery. I think Montgomery maybe thought that was a little high. I know the third base coach didn't seem happy with that as well. Look, bell tie to me. Either way, it's a called first strike. Montgomery now 0-1 count from Manly, 2 outs. That pitch missed on the outside part of the plate, evened up at 1-1. The 1-1 pitch from Manly, 2 down. Swing and a miss by Montgomery, and the count goes to 1-2.
The potent lineup that has been here all weekend is not. They're just not there right now. Maybe Manly stuff is doing more than it looks like from up here. Maybe there's late movement that we can't see because of our angle, but they're swinging and missing a lot.
That breaking pitch taken inside almost hit Montgomery, and the count now goes to 2-2. Manly looking to get out of this 5th.
There's a good
fastball
pitch right at a guy. Nice.
And Jordan catches it. And for Team Manitoba, they had no runs, no hits. There was the 1 post 2 error, 2 runners left on base through 5 complete. Post 2, 11. Manitoba 4. And we're back for the top of the 6th inning. Post 2 on top, 11-4. Connor Holm, that ball's going to be down the line, and that's going to get all the way to the fence. Connor rounding first, going to second. That's a stand-up leadoff double for Connor Holm, and Connor is having himself a day at the plate.
Up next for post 2, shortstop number 1.
Was the left fielder playing in the gap still?
He was. 3 for 4 with 3 RBI and 2 runs scored and a walk. Any good, Jason?
That's an all right day.
That's
I did that one year.
I made myself a player in Nintendo baseball and went 3 for 4 consistently. Lucier, the pitch to Simon. Big swing and a miss. Tommy had aspirations of seeing that ball disappear. But for Lucier, he gets a swinging strike, and the count evened up at 1-1. Connor Holm on second after that leadoff double. Lucier from the stretch. And that hit him. Tough break for Lucier. That ball actually didn't miss by much.
His toes have got to be on the white line.
So, Jason, we've got an 11-4 game in a tournament with an 8-run rule.
Second baseman number 2.
Do I bunt?
Landon Myers.
The landlord is knocking on apartment doors behind him.
The general rule for me is that you play the game straight up until you're up by 8. So a bunt here would not be a transgression of said baseball code.
And Landon did square to bunt. Looked like he was sacrificing. Thought better of it. Took that pitch for a strike on the outside corner.
But we're willing as a spectator, if you disagree with that, I can give you Mike Lamont's email and you can send your complaints about it to him.
Landon squares up. And he does not get it down for the second time, and now he's 0-2. Unable to get that sacrifice bunt down for the second time. Now takes a look. So Coach Rusted was thinking the same long lines that we were. Try and get to that 8th run. Now Meyer in a spot where he needs to most likely swing away and try and advance the runners the old-fashioned way. We'll see. 0-2. Not a good at-bat. He's going to go back to the dugout and leave it up to Leininger.
Is there an 8-run rule in the championship game?
I would think yes.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't change the philosophy. Until you're up by 8, you play it straight up.
That pitch, fastball in there for a strike on the outside part of the plate. Again, if I'm Adam Leininger, I don't know why we don't just hit that unless they might not be looking at that left fielder, Jason. That would be my guess.
I would be looking for an outside pitch because anything that gets over that third baseman's head is a double. Like that one. We called that was pretty much the same pitch, I thought, but
so far, the only left-hander to really look to go the other way has been Connor Holm, and he's standing on second base with a stand-up double because of it. I think Adam's looking for a traditional pitch to drive.
he is consistent over there. That is 3 pitches in a row that have basically been identical.
So the count goes to 2-1 on Leininger. Simon at first, Connor Holm at second, the 2-1.
Is that going to stay in?
It is.
Ooh.
And that
Good
pitch
effort by Dennis.
does drop foul, and Adam, on a 2-1 count, had a fastball right down the middle, popped it up, but he's able to have another crack at this as the catcher was unable to get to that ball. Again, I think that's a swing Adam probably wants back, Jason.
Yeah, that's the pitch he's been driving pretty much all year.
So 2-2 to Leininger with 2 on. Post 2 up 7.
Maybe with 2 strikes, he's going to be a little bit more apt to take that fastball the other way. Could have worked to our advantage.
That was a hanging curveball. A hanger. Fouled into the bleachers on the left-hand side, and the count stays at 2-2. Lucier to Leininger.
That's out.
And now the count goes full. Charlie Kalbrenner on deck. Lucier to Leininger, full count. That pitch-
Watch out.
So Leininger is definitely not interested in hitting the ball the other way. He was sitting fastball
Yeah.
and trying to hit that thing down the right field line. In case we were wondering still. The full count. Ball's hit well, but Montgomery's got a good beat on it. Connor Holmes going to tag. He's going to get to third. And that's going to bring up Kalbrenner with that 8th run, the 12th run, but we put post 2 up by 8 on third base now, 90 feet away. Leininger flies out to Montgomery, hit the ball well, but not well enough.
First baseman number 15, Charlie Kalbrenner.
Now we'll post 2, try and be aggressive here with Simon potentially running and looking for that double seal to get the run home. Simon at first base. They weren't holding him on. Now they are.
Got the right 2 guys on base to do it. I will say that.
Be interesting to see what Manitoba does. I could see Simon pulling up at the last second too. No play, and that pitch is called for a strike. And again, that he's hitting the same spot on that outside corner, but it's such a fractional difference between a ball and a strike. That time hit the black. Black meaning the black perimeter of the plate. And Kalbrenner 0-1 from Lucier. The runners at first and third, 2 down. There goes Simon. And we called it, Jason. It doesn't really matter what Tommy does at this point. Well, they called him. Sure, I didn't slide there, but that's the 8th run. That's 12-4, post 2.
Good call.
Looks like Manley is going to come back for the 6th inning. Post 2 holds them. That's game. We'll be back.
Right fielder Matt Thompson.
Brings up the leadoff hitter for Manitoba, Matt Thompson. Take a quick timeout here. The umpire resets his mask. Post 2 up 12, scored 1 in the top of the 6th inning. Post 2's only scored in 3 innings so far, but they do have 12 runs to show for it on 9 hits. That pitch is in there for a called first strike. And Jason, you said it in between the break. What's Manley looking to do?
You got to just hammer the zone. I mean, they have, I mean, if to win the game, obviously we're up by 8, we want to shut them down here, but to win the game, we got 2 more at-bats. They have to get a bunch of hits. If we don't walk anybody, they have to hit the ball a ton to get 8 runs. I would imagine they'd need 12 to 13 hits to do that. They called that a strike?
No.
Oh.
That was an 0-2 pitch. I think Thompson even thought it was a strike. I know Manley did. Thompson stays alive here. Took that curveball, just missed outside. 1-2 pitch upcoming to Thompson.
Well, if
Fastball
Brady
falls
is
straight
anything
back.
like his dad, Rob, anything that the catcher can catch should be called a strike.
Brady throwing from the stretch, comes set, and the 1-2. Oh. Looked like Erholtz maybe just didn't get a good jump on that one, is what it looked like to me. It ended up just falling outside of his reach.
Now back to Manitoba. Number 14, Nolan Jasko.
Brings up Nolan Chasko now with Thompson on first base. Again, that's a run that Manitoba needs. They need a lot more than that one, but that's one to stay in the game. Breaking pitch in there from Manley.
Brady has been in the zone all day. You have to say, give him credit for that. And we just, I understand we're trying to keep it 12-4, but what Post 2 really needs to do is just get outs.
That ball's popped up. Simon finds it.
Even if they score, let's not let it get out of hand. Let's not put a crooked number up there.
And that pop up by Chasko for the first out of the inning. Tommy Simon able to track that one down. It is the time of the day where that sun does get to be a factor for the left fielder, and in that case, the shortstop catching a ball in shallow left field.
Commonly known as the Bearcat
Two.
hour.
We get the first one.
Oh my God. Stay out of the. There you go.
Now, does that go down as an error, or does that go down as a fielder's choice? On a double play, fielder's choice.
Can't, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, on the throw from Landon, you mean?
Yeah.
Oh.
Skyler Ramsey.
So fielder's choice there, ever so close to ending this game. Manley now is facing Skyler Ramsey, lefty on lefty matchup. Breaking ball, misses up high.
Regardless of what happens, this is a good building moment for Brady. Hopefully, can take this and have the confidence to move forward with the rest of the year.
Well, this is his sixth inning pitch, and I would say the last three have been his best of the year.
Yeah, I mean, he's worked through his own issues. He's kept his head when there was pressure, kept throwing strikes, let his defense work, and it's worked for him.
Manitoba conceivably down to their last out, last strike. Again, it's just a matter of what happens here in this sixth inning with an 8-run differential. Manley's going to be dealing to Ramsey. I think the count is 1-2. And the 1-2 to Ramsey. Hard ground ball, and that's going to be a base hit. And that's going to bring runners to first and second. Again, good hard hit there by Skyler Ramsey. It looked like Brady maybe went to that curveball one too many times.
I would have thought outer half fastball there, especially because Brady's fastball still has quite a bit of life on it.
Now back to Manitoba. Number 20, Nixon Carrier.
Brings up Nixon Carrier. Nixon on the day, 1 for 3. Fastball to Simon. He bobbles it. But that's going to do it. As the men in black come out from their dugout. And Brady Manley gets my vote for something. I don't know. Comeback player of the week. Most valuable pitcher in the game.
I'd say player of the last 45 minutes. Player of the day for the last 45 minutes. Something like that.
The only thing we have
give
left
that kid a sucker.
we have to see if Noah Gunderson's hurt, Jason. That's the only thing left to figure out.
17.
That's a wrap.
Thanks everybody for listening. Thanks everyone for viewing.
Thank you, everybody. For
And
coming
hope
out
to see you out at the park. Post 2 does have a game on July 6th. There'll be baseball going on all day. Bombers play early. Post 2 plays one 9-inning game against West Fargo.
17's right there.
A great matchup So come on out to Jack Williams and support this team for Post 2. I believe this is the third championship in a row in the Jim Peterson. And I'm exhausted.
Now,
Everybody have a great night.
if you look down.